Round coming out from Liquid here.
Oh, Yampy's been spotted already. Spammed out, has to commit Cloud Burst just to try and hide.
And all of a sudden, Team Liquid's vice-like grip on this map has shrunk away.
How many rounds did we say, Josh? 4? Is that what we agreed on?
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. XIA are very likely to get up to 4 rounds right now.
Yeah.
And Team Liquid, are they going to have the economy to be able to reinvest back into the double operator? Can they even get back into the swing of things like that? This is why it didn't end up being a meta-defining strat, is that, you know, you only make a couple of mistakes and suddenly you're being punished economically for it. We've seen the Bucky have success today already, Bren. Surely not once more.
Tries to timing the drone! The coverage not there. Still, the trade. Want to make it that much more precarious. What a shot! Flick from Yampy, and now a half bite that we otherwise would have been ignoring is just a bit much more dangerous, I think. Liquid have showcased just the other day on this map why you can't really underestimate them.
They have a player advantage. They have a lockdown they could use. Bad weaponry, of course, but I think that was Nivera actually jumping to get into position for the lockdown.
And look at this aggressive reposition from XIA. They don't want to let them set up and get comfortable.
They've been playing aggressive post plants every time Nivera has lockdown.
Oh.
Big fan of this. Really smart adjustment from XIA on this map.
Yeah.
And they've already got up to that critical point that we were talking about, Bren, at least. But, I mean, at the end of the day, what do we know? Nivera and Yampy, they get that double operator back online.
This time, swapping up the positions of the players and their setup, so Yampy is deep in B main. Now, sometimes on Ascent, with KO being so popular, the risk is obviously your jet player push that deep. They might get knifed and suppressed, they can't dash out to safety. Obviously not a problem for him. XIA's comp doesn't really contain that. So he's got a bit more freedom, I think, at the back of his mind when he's playing in that deep angle, and he gets a lot of information forward him. Soulcast just with a bit of a jiggle peek. He, I believe, spots the head of one of the players, so he knows that they're just trying to work their way down mid now.
Smoke coming down towards Cat. Fox has been doing this a couple of times. Yeah, some chunky damage from that. But look at how XIA are throwing misdirections in. They put the Omen smoke down, they put the drone out through Cat, and Fox is going to try and clear all of this Killjoy utility, but Fox is not actually leading the play. So many teams follow their recon darts, their drones. That's not the case for XIA. You have to be much more intelligent making reads on them.
And they're actually going to be backing away. Wow. It's almost like they've got the read on this B main hold.
They do. That's so smart. Because Liquid didn't take the bait either. But now they're set up. It's another late round hit.
I know. 20 seconds left. Nivera has lockdown. If Nivera survives this, are we going to see again an aggressive post plan if they can even get in? A lot of pressure on Link, but the paranoia connects. Counter paranoia, Nivera is able to support. Straight from heaven. Doesn't really know which target to try and connect onto, but finds one anyway. The plant will come through. The players have already fallen, and now the wall across. And they'll command all the players suppressed now as they try and hold this one, the lockdown included, and XIA are not in situations, they're not in position to play aggressively. Cruz is going for an absolute Hail Mary, spamming through the smoke, he gets one of them.
What on earth am I watching? Yampy with one, Cruz gets 2 before he falls?
You gotta be joking. Scary just has to try and hold this one down, but it's still the 1v3, he's found 2 of the heads. Quick little shooting, TPs, he opens himself up, it's the 1v1. Him versus Scream, and he's got the information. 8 bullets. The fuse now being stuck. Scream, he tries to win it! Not the case, that's your Red Bull clutch, and Scary, what a performance!
Scary. Have you seen this guy? Have you seen the stats he's putting up? Look at the crosshair placement there. It is just perfect. And then again onto Nivera, and even though I was slightly concerned, play by XIA, and here comes a little fast play shark attack coming out from Liquid.
Yep.
They're looking to counter-attack immediately.
You got the knives online, they want to send in the dart, send in the flash. The knife as well deep. But XIA just absorb all that utility, all the aggression.
Brent, they're used to playing against
the paranoia! It's a counterplay towards it. The Yampy does get the 1 for it, but eventually traded.
You will not.
It's a nice idea because Cruz already has the res online too. And you've taken down the biggest threat, Yampy with knives. What else does Team Liquid really have? I guess if you run the clock down massively, then the 100th Fury could be a problem. Don't necessarily want to underrate Scream with a Sheriff either. But
no, absolutely not.
But it is such a bad buy by Liquid.
Yeah. not favored in this situation. On top of the wall as well. Lovely angle that it provides him, but still Navira causing some havoc, looking for a couple of taps on the cranium, and he's finding them! And now, this is quite dangerous for them still. It's a 1v2. Do have the better guns, unless Link can scavenge up a rifle somewhere.
The smoke player in a 1vx clutch.
There's
Again.
Paranoia.
But he doesn't have a gun. He's going to be able to retrieve this rifle.
There's one.
Oh, and he...
Doesn't want to open himself up to the angle, I think. That's why he didn't take it.
I mean, he would definitely be able to grab it.
Oh, yeah, he would have been. I don't know what he's doing.
He's just waiting, setting himself up. He's got good information, actually, on where they're playing from. It's a headshot through the wall as well. Doesn't do too much damage to Scary, though. That is a solid brick wall, and that's what the defense looks like right now from Xerxia in the post plan.
5 bullets. Link needs this to try and stop this momentum that Xerxia are accruing right now. Could get the one, but he has to reload, and now the dart, the timing is amazing. Fox just jiggling around the corner. Quick little tip-tap of his toes, and around on the board once more. Nerifs.
Could have changed the entire tide of this map. Double operator once again, as Yampi and Navera set themselves up. Not in B main, they've shifted things around. One in mid, one playing catwalk. Now, the cat and tree area, though, has never been face-checked. It's always Fox with a drone early. So I don't really know what kind of value Navera's going to get out of this. Yampi, though, has got players staring him down from all over the place. And he just doesn't see Scary. Who expects somebody on that angle? It's sick.
Yeah, disgusting stuff, man. Different elevation a little bit, and he can poke his head all the way up there. You can see so deep into the site.
Drone coming out into B main. As soon as they break this drone, tempo gonna be increased by Xerxia.
Yeah. That's gonna be the knife to try and cancel it out, but Scream, he tries to hold down the angle, I believe, with the operator.
What does it matter?
In his palms.
Surf doesn't need the knives, and they've just baited them again.
Yep.
They've pulled all of those rotates over to B, activated the defensive protocols for Liquid as they sink back into more defensive positions.
They're running straight through.
And now it's all on Navera.
All the pressure on this guy. The Hunter's Fury to try and cut them up. It does actually connect onto Surf. He gets a run through the Nano Swarm. 20 seconds remaining, and it's bought time for Liquid to try and play this one still. Lockdown, drop down. They have to play aggressively here for Liquid. They have to regain that tree control, but they're swinging across Heaven, and Scary shuts down his counterpart. The controller play not able to do it. So Gas not being watched. Let's remove it. The time is ticking, and the post plants are being set up right now from Xerxia to try and carry forwards that 7th round into the next half. The spam.
Was that underneath the wall as well? I don't know about that one, but the Xerxia players are just on fire right now. There is no opportunity for Liquid.
Exit their group in that top position,
in
right into the
first
playoffs,
place. I mean, that's astounding for a group that has Optic in it, Crew in it, Liquid in it, and it would be Xerxia taking the top seed. Of course, they haven't done it yet. This pistol round will give them potentially a big bonus or allow Liquid to tie things up. They're, of course, using this Sage on defense. And one of the things that they were allowed to get away with last time was that Cruz would get knifed and there was no follow-up. Well, Liquid are making sure that they don't make that same mistake. Knife comes through, they know that Cruz can't slow, can't wall, and they're into the site immediately.
Yeah, capitalizing off the fact that he couldn't use any of his abilities, any of his utility. And Scream has this flash set up as well. These post plants are quite difficult to break against the pistol.
And it looks like they're going to flash for Yampi to take a peek. Up he goes, doesn't see anything. How good is Xerxia on the retake?
They have a dart. The Cloudburst on Surf as well, and the dash. Here we go. Here comes the play setup. Paranoia as well, and it is orchestrated. Straight through, right round the corner. Surf's already found 2 for them, and they are down and out. What a retake. Rapid.
That's incredible by Xerxia. They all got set up, knew exactly which utility they were going to throw, and that is a beautiful exec. It almost looks like they're on the attack side. That's actually about the idea of, you know, APAC being a minor region. And when you think about APAC, it does have a large player base, and they've had good, successful results before, making it to the quarterfinals at Champions. And I think this tournament, maybe even this result, could be the kind of thing that significantly changes attitudes there. You've got to remember that Xerxia are not pulling talent from all of APAC. They're pulling talent just from Thailand. Yeah. This is a just Thai team, and they are still being able to put up such incredible results. They don't have an enormous player base to pull from, and they're creating this level of team. It's spectacular.
I love it. Sets the stage, honestly, for the future as we head deeper into 2022, but enough about that, the here and now. Obviously, a bit of an eco round here for Team Liquid.
Yeah. And Bren, one of the things I want to... Oh, hello.
Yeah, this is why I don't... Wow. Listen, I'm telling you, against Liquid, you never know.
No, you never know.
Rip a couple of heads off. Surf needs to be careful of this.
Cruz had a bunch of first deaths when they played against Optic, yeah. I think he went 1-5 or something in first kills to first deaths. Wasn't looking great for him.
While all this is going on, Liquid's just trying to do a bit of damage, I think, on the other side of things. But Liquid have managed to get this spike down, and Yampi pushed forwards in this deep position round. Logs has got the crossfire set up. There is no trade available for him, and he's still there, ready and waiting. One player left standing, the Team Liquid eco round special man. And it's a triple swing as well, as soon as the turret takes contact.
It feels like an eternity ago, because this game has just been so close the entire time. But Liquid are dangerous in these situations. They won a bunch against Crew as well, but their players are so skilled with that first bullet accuracy.
But safer now, despite the fact being 2 rounds down.
So, in general here, I mean, Crew have an incredibly weak buy, only Classic, so I'm going to take the opportunity, Bren.
Sure.
but
I won't
hey,
interrupt you. I'll let you
hey,
listen.
If it gets dangerous, it gets dangerous.
If you want to set some storylines up, set the stage.
Well, I actually just wanted to talk a little bit about Cruz, right? Because
sure.
The stats did look awful from their Ascent game when they played it last. He was 1-5, you know, really dying first quite a lot. But he did spend a lot of the defensive half playing quite passive rotate positions. And he has a slow orb, you'll see it at some point here, I'm sure, that slows from spawn all the way to tree. And it was ruining Optic. And so that's just something, if you're watching this game, to keep in mind. Have a look at Cruz as he makes those rotate plays, because it was so difficult for Optic to deal with. And Liquid have found themselves a completely free A site here. This should just be them farming up their ultimates. Navera already with a lockdown. Yeah.
Xerxia not going to be blessed with the gamble stack. Hunting for a couple of picks maybe, just to do some damage. Not enough for them though, and
they were able to convert this one very simply. That's not where the difficulty really begins.
Sure.
I think for
Important
Liquid
to note here.
Yeah.